Hello guys, always a pleasure to have you join us right here on PBO Premium Sport. What a week and what a weekend we are also anticipating. It was all about casualties, yes, from Rodri, Man City, Lamine Yamal, Barcelona, and then we had Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid, even right here on the show, casualty. And that's why you don't get to see one man on the show today. My name is Kingsley Akpan, the amazing Kingsley. It promises to be another super and explosive package of PBO Premium Sport. We do this break. When we come back, we'll hit full swing on the show. You're welcome back. Still PBO Premium Sport. I'm the amazing Kingsley. I told you guys in my introduction that we also have our own casualty on the show. Now, while players, get injured on the leg, groin, ankle, Chijo Keziali's casualty is not where you think he should be. And that's why he won't be on the show today. I've got Boluwatitonishola Omoniyi right here with me. Bolu, I just need you to say a prayer. CJ is here. He's behind the cameras, with all the other guys. I want you to say a prayer so that next week you'll be here on the show and not join CJ on the injury bed.
HBI list. That's the head-breaking injury. It's good to be here.
Can you say that again?
HBI.
Okay. Head-breaking
injury.
Okay, good.
That's what happened to CJ early. Jack and Jill went on the hill. So what happened to Jack and Jill afterwards is what happened to CJ. But good to be here. You talk about loads of injuries and everything. When the local alarms say one no spoil, and that one no go work. So probably for some injured players, it's time for some persons to step up. That's the reason why Cole Palmer is the star for Chelsea now. Palmer was signed to be a backup to superstars, but now the superstars are the ones backing up. So maybe the injury to some of the stars, some persons may become indispensable in those squads. Let's wait and see.
Could we say that's the case for the young Stan Nwaneri who got 2 goals for Arsenal because Odegaard got injured?
He may not have played that game because we thought they made changes to the team, but we still saw the same coach bringing on the superstars. You were discussing off here about how the only reason Saka will stop playing is maybe if he dies.
Oh, he won't die. Okay, guys, before we get into all the football and all the analysis, let's do sport beats. France World Cup winner Raphael Varane announced his retirement just a few days ago from football at the age of 31, adding that he will remain at Como in a non-playing capacity. The former Real Madrid and Manchester United centre-back had joined the Italian club for this season but was then excluded from their Serie A squad having suffered a knee injury in August. A new life begins off the pitch, Varane said on social media. Remember, he left Old Trafford last season to move to Cesc Fabregas' newly promoted Como, playing just one Coppa Italia match when he sustained a knee injury. Away from football, let's do athletics. The most decorated gymnast in history, Olympian Simone Biles, made an appearance on American Got Talent. Yes, taking the stage with Terry Crews to help him send the show to a break. She offered some advice on how the acts on the show and viewers at home can continue to be successful. She said, hard work, dedication, and lots of sacrifice to be made. Richard Godal, emerged winner of the 2024 edition of the show. We're done with Sports Beat. We'll do another quick break. When we come back, everything Ninja on Ninja Flavor. Welcome back. It's time for Ninja Flavor right here on PBO Premium Sport. The amazing Kingsley is still here with Boluwatitonishola Omoniyi, maybe Bolu for short, in case you need to bite your tongue. Bolu, where do we start from? Maybe let's just talk about Simon Moses. He has reached the 150 Ligue 1 matches. I think that shows a longevity. A player that we can always trust, even though he has not really won the big title for us, in the Super League.
Scared when he got injured, and since the start of the season, the coach has been waxing lyrical about him. Oh, He's a star in the team. He's doing so well. Those are the kind of compliments you want to hear. Doing well for the club, then come home, do well. At least was part of those that played the last qualifier. So hopefully, like you rightly said, we enjoy it. Starting with Morocco, which looked like it's all other water sports. So anything can happen.
What's happening with our MPFL teams? Yeah, some teams, Remo Stars, 100% record in the league, but dumped out of the CAF Champions League. Also, Rangers knocked out. And you look at the kind of teams that are knocking out. Maybe teams
no, for Remo, I understand. ASFAR. I think they play ASFAR 2 of the 3 times they qualified for Champions, or even the 3 times. They play top positions. I don't know, maybe they've been unlucky. But for Rangers, Sagrade Esperança of Angola. After first leg and they failed to score all the chances, I was scared for them that these guys may not qualify. Then they played the second leg, lost 3-1. How do you lose 3-1 to a team from Angola? No disrespect to them. Rangers should be. I was happy that finally we'll have a team on the continent talking about the CAF Champions League. But unfortunately, the last time we had a team on the continent that went as far as the semi-final was Enyimba in the CAF Confederations Cup. Now Enyimba and they go, so hopefully they go as far as possible. I think it's embarrassing. Nigerian teams talk about qualifying for continent, and I'm like, that's not even the heights in terms of money. I calculated how much Al Ahly have earned for Club World Cup. They've earned over $20 million. That is where the money is. Not okay, I qualify for CAF Champions League. What next? Target winning. That is where the real money is. But I think it's more of the mindset we have, even in our league, where you don't even win away games. So try and win as much as you can from home and maybe draw away. And that's what's killing us. I can't remember the NPFL thing. Maybe it's Rivers United that won 4-0 at home. Still went away to lose 6. It's as bad as that. Yeah, last weekend in the NPFL, incidentally, out of 7 games, no home win. 3 away wins, 4 draws. I wish you can have more results like this, but the result like this ends after match day 10.
No, we can sneak in 1 away win. Rangers got an
away. No home win this last weekend. 3 away wins,
okay.
4 draws. All draws were goalless though, because they did play 3 matches. But after match day 10, you will beg to see away wins. You will beg to see them.
Okay, let's talk about the Tosin Adarabioyo situation. We're hearing that he has turned down the 3 Lions. He wants to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Before we came on set, maybe CJ was making
the man with the BH.
Yeah, CJ was making a case for Tosin Adarabioyo that he believes that Tosin Adarabioyo can walk into the starting 11 of the Super Eagles. Do you share that sentiment, or you think he'll have to wait for his time?
The first thing is he did not reject them. They didn't call him. That's why it's always like I said every time, except I think maybe he will be. All the foreign bonds, Nigeria was the backup plan. And the truth is that's our level. People get angry about it. People feel that. But at least choose us early. Don't come at 27 and say you did not abandon. They did. See, Calvin Bassey had 3 other options on there, but he could play for England and I think Italy. But he chose Nigeria because he could not play for any of those. So at least choose us early. Don't come later. But I don't think he has a slot in the team yet. I mean, starting lineup. Except Trustekong, it's time for him to step down because Calvin Bassey is the mainstay in the team now. Same with
Semi Ajayi.
Even the likes of Akpoguma are not even getting their chance anymore. And those are also playing in top leagues. So if he's coming to play, maybe when Trustekong steps down. And it feels like now that Ekong is the main captain, I don't think Musa is coming back to the Super Eagles anymore. So probably after AFCON, he can decide. But Tosin Adarabioyo will go to the AFCON. It's a norm. When you've played well in Europe, especially in England, you switch to Nigeria, you are going to the next tournament. Ask what's his name? Shola Miobi.
Okay, I have a belief that Tosin Adarabioyo will step into the national team and pick up the first team jersey of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because looking at what he brings to the table compared to what I see other defenders do, I think he's that man he's the missing link. Yeah, that's the man that
yes. But we don't concede, so we literally have no problem defensively. We don't concede.
No, we don't concede when we play 5 at the back. We should not be playing 5 at the back. We are the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
It feels like we are stuck with 5 at the back, even with
it's because of the legs.
What if it's because our midfield are not doing the job, or the coaches are not making our midfield do the job? Because with the firepower we have, we can play only 2 at the back and still beat everybody.
That's why we need Tosin.
Which Tosin?
Adarabioyo.
His club doesn't concede goals.
Okay, moving on. Okay, I think we're done with football. Let's quickly talk about a bit of business and football. What's that story? Aliko Dangote regretting not buying Arsenal for around 2 billion a few years ago.
All these things are probably just to take us away from fuel.
Okay.
Which Arsenal? Do you know how long Usmanov chased Arsenal to buy?
And
Stan Kroenke kept on telling guy, there's no way. So we can't go to. But Arsenal is like a Real Madrid kind of setup. I think Arsenal were the first, if not still the only team in England that don't have that sole ownership. That, oh, I'm the owner of this club. They have, in fact, the fans have percentage in terms of rights to the club. That's how Arsenal run. You can't come and want to be the solo man like some. Even United, despite the unions are called, they are not even the sole owner of the club. Most of those clubs are community teams. You now want to buy Arsenal. If you want to buy a club, you can buy Man City. Okay. You can buy both. Or you should come and invest. I remember when someone tweeted at billionaires in Nigeria that they should invest and buy. And I think Elumelu said, okay, good idea, they are working. Thank God they should buy a team in Nigeria. We have a private club, Remo Stars. We have Sporting Lagos, who are back to where they started from. We have Inter Lagos in the lower division. We have Ikorodu City. Even though MFM of blessed memory, we had defining about blessed memory. Imagine out of the 20 clubs in the NPFL, about 10 of them are privately owned. Private guys run based on business. Probably they will challenge the local guys, the government-owned clubs.
I won't agree with you. My disagreement will be based on the way we run the league. I think if we run the league in the appropriate manner, then you can ask people to invest in it.
They could be the change. Look at what Remo Stars are doing. Remo Stars sold a few players last year, running into hundreds of thousands. I think they sold one for about $1 million. That's what those guys will do. By the time we have 10 club private owned selling players, making money, organizing little competitions among themselves. If our organizers do not have sense, I guess we are doomed to them. Because the wise thing would be, how are you guys running this thing? What are you guys doing right? That's me assuming.
Do you think they don't know? They actually know.
They may not know how to do it. They may know the solution but not know how to run it.
Do they care?
That's what the problem is. So if you see guys secluding themselves to do the right things and making money, I can't say how much Remo Stars have made in the last 2-3 years in the NPFL. You know they have not even I'm sure you know they have a hotel that when you come there to watch their games, you can lodge. They have an academy who qualified for the NPFL but couldn't play based on the framework. If people are doing this thing can work. They don't care if you make money. They don't even care if you pay them the money what they made or not, because they are making more than triple.
Running the club so well. Okay, finally, one word on Anthony Joshua. That's why I said one word.
Some are saying it's done and out. To make money in boxing, fight Anthony Joshua. Remember the boy came out to say, okay, he's ready to fight either Joshua or Usyk. Whoever brings in more money. If it's more money, it's Anthony Joshua. He has built that brand. No matter what anybody says about him. With Anthony Joshua, you make money. He can still go for a rematch again and win. We've seen him win almost every rematch apart from Usyk. So let's see what happens when both of them get to the first square ropes again.
But some persons are saying he should retire because of the way it was falling. I was watching Anthony Joshua and I was saying, is this actually a professional boxer? Because your legs can't be shaking.
He almost fell when he was even working out. That's when I knew it's like something is going to wrong with this guy. And unfortunately, he couldn't run. So maybe a rematch could bring a different feel. Sometimes some people will tell you it could be pulled. Lose one round, then come the second and boom, go all out. He didn't work against Usyk, but he may work against the ball. Man for man, career for career, punch for punch, everything. Joshua is supposed to be a better fighter. So maybe the second rematch could change everything. Okay,
maybe a second rematch could change everything. We'll do a second break on the show, and then when we come back, it'll be time for Euro Focus right here on PBO Premium Sports. Welcome back. It's still PBO Premium Sport, and it's time for Euro Focus. Oluwamoni, so much fun last weekend, so much fun in midweek, and we're anticipating, excitement. Especially you look at Spain. There's the Madrid derby in Germany. There's Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern, which I think we'll touch more on that when we get to our hot topic. But let's look at them. The big games.
Is it because TJ is not here? You're forgetting Spurs.
Apparently,
when small clubs are playing each other.
I think you get the drift. But let's look at some of the top games that we'll get to see. Where do we start from? I see Marseille, Strasbourg, PSG, Rennes in the French Ligue 1. I think it should be some of the same. I think PSG and Marseille should get
a good start.
Should get the job done in the
PSG. We thought they would get the job done against away to Reims. The next time I just started seeing people I just started seeing curses, swears against PSG. I said, well,
Tickets don't
tickets were on fire last weekend.
Okay. In the Serie A, few games. We see Bologna, Atalanta, Genoa, Juventus, Napoli, Monza. I think the top
all
boys.
the big boys, they should.
Except maybe Bologna, Atalanta.
Although Bologna felt like they didn't lose any manager, they still played the same way. And Monza, it is hard to even bet against them because remember when Inter Milan went away to Monza, they couldn't win. So sometimes those guys, anytime I hear Monza, I'm always thinking of Formula One. They may just find a way to, but I still think all the big boys, Inter, AC, Juventus, Napoli, should do enough to. If there's a big boy that will not win, probably Roma. And I don't know if I should still call them big boys.
Okay, Bayern against Bayer Leverkusen. We'll talk about that when we get to hot topic, especially from the Victor Boniface angle and then the Harry Kane. Let's go to the Madrid derby. Mbappe is injured, but if there's one manager who can tinker his side, who can make sure that his side still are effective against whatsoever opponent, is Carlo Ancelotti. Can he get the job done? Because Atletico Madrid also this season have made a few signings, and then Diego Simeone is trying to also say, oh, it's no longer a 2-horse race. We should call this a 3-horse race. So what do you think will happen?
Oh, and Derby de Madrid. The truth is, when these guys come together, most of the time, all those their tactical ever stops at the bus stop. Maybe they're walking out, everything ends in the dressing room. And like I already said, the Kylian Mbappe is out for about 3 weeks, and I think he will just go back to what he did last season, the 4-4-2 with Vinicius and Rodrigo front, Jude Bellingham behind them. Then we can have Federico Valverde, Tchouameni, and probably Luka Modric. And that man is, I think he's played more numbers this season than he had the entirety of last season. Madrid lost only 2 games in all competitions last season, and both were against the same opposition, one which was at the Metropolitano. When these guys meet, in fact, if I would advise any punter, you should probably put your money on cards. You should be looking at upwards of cards. In fact, put Vinicius to collect yellow card. Because the new rule in La Liga, and I think the referees are taking it overboard. You can't even back the referee and just react out. You are not facing him. You are just flinging your face. You get booked. And we know Vinicius in the Madrid derby, yellow card is certain for it. And we like Atletico Madrid, they are moving away from their all defensive style a bit, even though it is still hard for them. You still see how they defend doggedly, move forward all together. On paper, Real Madrid are supposed to be the favourites. With Mbappe, I thought Mbappe would probably seal himself as, okay, Real Madrid, I'm here to stay, with a goal in the Madrid derby. Unfortunately, he's not going to play. We'll probably think of Clasico for that, or even the second leg of the Madrid derby. I think if anyone is putting their money, I would probably think maybe a double chance for Real Madrid. Real Madrid is still favouring. They still have the core of those they had with them last season, but the same core lost at the Metropolitano. So that's what will be ringing in the mind of Simeone and his boys. They don't even get to lose. See what they did in the Champions League game. We thought they were out. At least, okay, a draw should be a good enough point for them. But they still found a way to win that game late on in that game. It shows they are not ready to die. Antoine Griezmann on the field of play any day is a superstar for them. But after 90 minutes or 95, depending on how many they play, I still think Real Madrid should do enough to nick it, or at worst, a draw.
Okay, let's talk about the man of the moment. Before then, we know there's also Bilbao, Sevilla. But for the man of the moment, his name is Hansi Flick. A lot of persons, when he came to Barcelona, they were like, oh, what will he do? What will he not do? So far, so good. Hansi Flick, everything that has been put in front of him, he has found a way to get the job done. They play Osasuna this weekend. What do you expect?
I still have a worry for how they play. Yeah, people that don't watch that game, so they're scoring 7, scoring 6 and all. But the important thing is win. No matter how you play, have all the possession. If you don't win, the team will defeat you way better. I remember the games where Betis, they did almost nothing against Real Madrid. 94 minutes, a counter-attack score. We've seen it over time in football where City will dominate everything in one goal and score. The important thing is what they are doing. But I'm worried for their high line. Remember Spurs last season in the Premier League with the highlight. People came and posted, no, this is how I play, until they found him out. But the record for Barcelona is 8 straight wins. For managers to start the La Liga, he's on 7. I don't think Osasuna are breaking that jinx. Yeah, they're going away, tough ground and everything. I don't think they're breaking that jinx. Yes, 1 or 2 injuries are now creeping in, and which is a worry for almost everybody. But I always tell people, as a big club, you can talk about injury, but solve the problem
Test
first.
Again,
like
Lamine
they did
Yamal.
In midweek, they still end up winning their game. It was tough. It was a hard-fought win for them. You can even call it goalkeeping error. It's what gave Lewandowski the goal, but they won, which is the key thing.
Yeah.
Now against Osasuna, I think the high line will cost them later on, but I don't think it's Osasuna. The best Osasuna may get from that game is a draw. Barcelona right now, they are still a fearful team, and Osasuna may fall at the end of the day.
Okay, let's go to England. For England, yes, some persons are not really looking at that game. I know the big game
Newcastle City?
the big game is Man United against Spurs. City going to Newcastle. Early kickoff. There's always something about the early kickoff with big teams. Sometimes they struggle. Sometimes Newcastle,
like Man United
and Brighton.
At least City is not here to.
Okay, Newcastle are not pushovers. Last season they were up there, but this season they didn't make the right signings. They did not get to invest. But on their day, with City, Rodri out, Foden not fit, De Bruyne, injured, can Newcastle make City drop points again?
Well, I think first off, let's mention that they're about now because Bundesliga friendly gonna have 18, not 20 anymore. There are 96 clubs in Europe's top 5 leagues. Remove Newcastle owners, combine the whole 95 together. Newcastle owners are richer than all of them combined. I'm shocked they are not making signings. So the question is, are they nicely about their money, or they are trying to sign wide? Remember last season they said they have a plan that if they finish in top 4, this is their plan. They finish top 6, this is their plan. They finish out of Europe, this is their plan. I was surprised they didn't make some marquee signings for the new season, and they've not started well. If this was last season, you will know, especially 2 years ago, you know City are in for it at the St. James's Park. But this time around, City themselves have not been all that, especially since international break. But that crazy guy with long hair just refused to stop scoring, which I will still not captain him this weekend.
We'll get to
I know the year what, but I think I'll still give someone else the captain. But I still think City may just nick it out after 90 minutes because Newcastle have not been all that. The likes of Bruno Guimaraes have not been living up to par. Same with Trippier, Mishak.
Trippier is never making the team. It's Livramento.
Shaq has been off and on and the like. So I think City should still do enough to win. Luckily for Man City, they started the season without Rodri. I don't think Rodri, he has not played 90 minutes.
His first start was against Arsenal.
In the league, in the Champions League, he played in midweek. He didn't even finish that game. Then he played, and did they even play 10 minutes there? So they've got used to playing without him. Kovacic can do the role. Sometimes it's Ilkay Gundogan.
Matthias Nunes has even put himself forward. As well. So he wants to do it.
That one is still going to the bench. So I think they'll still do enough to win. If it's like middle of season or they played well with Rodri and they picked up the injury, it could be worry for them. So I think they'll do well. Where will they have questions? Will Foden start? If Foden starts, automatically those two on the left are going to the bench. Talking
Doku
about
and Grealish.
Doku and Grealish, meaning Sabinho will go to the left. But aside that, I think you can almost say who will play. It's also the defense you don't know, will Walker play or not. But whoever gets to play, I think City should still do enough to win.
Let's go to Manchester United against Tottenham. Ange Postecoglou, Eric Ten Hag did not want to beat his love. Saying he loves 20.
I've never heard that.
And that's why he couldn't hurt them and all of that.
Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League. Like this, novice.
Get the job done. So which of these two managers, are at the end of the weekend will come out tops?
An interesting thing about Ten Hag, these are the games you would probably set up Team United, maybe win 3-1, then the next game drop points again. It's going to be interesting, but in the last few years post-Fergie, there's been huge rivalry between Man United and Spurs. Remember under Jose Mourinho, they lost 3-0 and Neymar came after. What are you saying? Respect me. I've won 3 Premier League titles. The battle between both clubs have been growing steadily. Spurs played very well against Arsenal. Unfortunately, they didn't win that game. They ended up losing by Gabriel and corner kick header. Against United, you don't know what to expect. He may come up with the formation tomorrow and decide to bench Rashford again. That's the and he's told everyone, trust me, I know how I'm handling the Rashford situation. So I think, like Rai said, the managers will be the one to find a way to win this game. Heung-min Son has found a new playing style now. He's not sitting up front, he's not staying on the wings. He's doing what Harry Kane did in the last few years. Drop deep, go to the wings, play the all role for everybody, which has helped him. So if he's not scoring, he's providing assists. Bruno Fernandes is the man that used to do that for Man United, but this season he's been below par. And I've been saying it for a long time. It's hard to see Bruno in a game without numbers. Most midfielders don't even need to score assists. You feel their effect. But for Bruno, if he's not scoring or providing assists, you don't feel him in games.
True.
And now Ten Hag has refused to play him to his strength. Bruno around the box is another Lampard. That guy's accuracy is second to none. But sometimes Ten Hag will play him with the holding midfield, central, sometimes on the wing, which I feel reduces his effect. So I think the managers will be the one to win this one. Basically, their in-game decision, and we know Ten Hag is not strong on that. You can need a goal, and they'll bring out your striker and play defender. That's Ten Hag. So I think what the decisions they'll make in game will determine the winner from the loser.
Okay, if CJ had, if he had it his way, he would have, left the injury table, behind the cameras and then joined us on set, because I know he will believe that Manchester United should get the job done against Tottenham Hotspur. Still on, European scene, and especially in England, I just ask you a few questions on other teams. If you are Mikel Arteta, do you get to start one because he scored 2 goals at midweek, against Leicester?
I think it just shows that he has something. And Leicester are not pushovers. Leicester is the Premier League side. It just means the boy is telling me, bro, what? It's Europe, because they said, bro, give me more playing time. Remember what? I was one of those that rooted for is Nelson. But this guy has come on a few times to show I have it. Give him more playing time. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it. The one that went to Fulham, Emil Smith Rowe, it was literally.
Reece Nelson is also in Fulham.
It was one of the best attacking midfielders before he got injured. Unfortunately, he couldn't cut it again afterwards, and we see he started life well at Fulham. So maybe one day, same with Fabio Vieira, he didn't get. I think Arteta is one of those older managers that if I have my team, these are the ones that I trust. You can keep yourself for
if
me.
it's not broken,
that's why Saka will play. Saka with one leg will play ahead of almost everybody. But one area's message to the manager that they should be: give me more chances, and I may surprise you. But he's definitely not starting. If he thinks he wants to start, come back to Nigeria and renew the Jazz, because it's not going to work.
One final one. Christopher Nkunku scored a hat-trick over the in midweek, and then some persons are saying, does Maresca play him with Nicholas Jackson, or does he replace Nicholas Jackson with Christopher Nkunku? Maresca also had come out to say, I would love to play Jackson, Palmer, Nkunku, all Noni Madwick, all of them, 11. But I won't be the one to go back to defend. So if you are Maresca, do you just maintain this your team, not minding what the second team did, at midweek? I
think naturally, like we said earlier on, Palmer was supposed to be a backup. Nkunku was supposed to be the guy behind Jackson, or push over, swap between both of them. But Palmer came in, became the superstar, the best player, he became everything for Chelsea last season while they were terrible. So now you can't bench that boy. Like for Saka, Palmer with one leg, so bad that they trust him. Like, don't worry about Conference League, focus on the Premier League. That's as much as they trust him. And for Maresca, I'm sure he'll be thinking to himself, I can't bench this boy. Jackson, I think one thing that is working for him with Chelsea is his work rate. Even if he's not scoring, it reminds me, not 100%, of Welbeck back in the days for United. You can curse Welbeck for anything that is not scoring, but we cannot downplay Welbeck's work rate. And that's what I think Jackson brings to them, always running, threatening defense and all. And Nkunku, give him 5 chances, he will likely score 6. He's not a number 9. But now Palmer, you can't take him away from there. The best Nkunku can get into the lineup is probably play on the wings. So if I was Maresca,
and the wings,
I think I'll play him ahead of
Jadon Sancho.
No, Sancho is not going to start. That's what happens when you keep signing anything. Not everybody. Oh, CJ is available. Come, no, CJ is not available now. He's injured. Oh, Kings is available. Sign him. This is available. Sign him. Now the coach is having a headache. That's why Pochettino told them point blank when he was there that I'm only working with it. I think Maresca did the same thing. This side, I can work with 40 players. How do you in 2 years as a
there's Sancho, there's Neto, there's Madueke, there's Yao Felix, there's Palmer, there's Nkunku, there's Jackson.
Well, I can't be Maresca now. I'll prefer to be Ancelotti. I prefer to be Pep Guardiola and the likes.
But Maresca. With all this talent, if he fails to end in top 4,
the problem is not just the talent. It is who plays, because it's easy for those players to lose the dressing room. Sancho was brought as a big boy in quotes because he played well with Dortmund. He needed to escape from Man United. Then you know how crazy it will be. You're leaving Man United bench and you're going to Chelsea bench. So if he doesn't play, he can start grumbling. Then
bench, the color change.
Then when they start grumbling, problem starts. So now he needs to find a way to make all of them. At least for Palmer, because he's not in Conference League, he must play in the Premier League. So now for those in the Conference, you can cajole them, okay, I'll play you here and there. But fans don't care about that. Fans are, you have talent.
Yeah.
We must produce results. And at home, Chelsea are bad. They have 100% record at home, away from home. But at home, they are bad. and they're playing a team that are yet to lose in the Premier League. This weekend is definitely going to be
Brighton and over.
Brighton. No. For punters, your thing should just be both teams to score.
I have Welbeck and João Pedro. So hey, let's
Welbeck.
do a break. When we come back, to be time for hot gist, and then we'll touch on our bankers and then FPL, and we'll wrap up the show. So hey, PBO Premium Sports. We'll come back and we'll wrap up. You're welcome back, guys. We have hit home stretch on the show, PBO Premium Sports. But hey, we've still got hot gist. We'll talk FPL and then also your sure banker for the day. Bolu Omoni is still here. My name is Kingsley Akwan, the amazing Kingsley. Bolu, on hot gists, let's look at the big game in Germany. Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, we know for Bayern, Vincent Kompany there's nothing that I can do wrong right now. He has won all his games in the league. And the UEFA Champions League set a new record, 9 goals to 2. That is what you call, this is how a coach should start, his life in a new club or at a new club. Victor Boniface, yes, we see what he does on social media. That guy is a clown. He's a clown. There was one that I can't say that. I can't say that.
He's gone back to back.
I can't say that on air. We see the performances he puts in at Bayer Leverkusen. It comes back to the national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and we do not see that. Is it a case of the manager, or is it for the player? Is it that the player can fit in with what they are doing, what Xabi Alonso is doing at Bayer Leverkusen, but can't fit in with what we do back home?
Okay, let me start with Boniface. The truth is, it's both the player and the manager as well. If you watch his game at Bayern, he's similar to Osimhen in terms of he doesn't stay up front alone, and when he steps back, 2-3 players are filling in. That's one reason why Vit scored loads of goals.
Yeah.
Boniface can leave his role, drop back, then Florian Wirtz is coming in from the wings. So sometimes when he's coming out, he's drawing players to himself.
And free up.
Then when you
space
leave,
for...
Vit can come in from nowhere, boom, get the goal and no. But Super Eagles, no. Immediately he's leaving. If he's Osimhen has even left before him. Then we don't have the creativity they have. It's crazy that the biggest creative player we have in Super Eagles is Iwobi. The second is Ndidi. Who plays more of a DA? He's even a DA. He started as a DM. He just last season in Championship, he became an attacking player. Iheanacho is the biggest set piece taker in Super Eagles. We don't even get to play him. Then, for these guys that have limited time to understand each other, some of them stroll into training 2 days to match day, sometimes a day. So the preparation is not top notch.
Yeah.
And his club don't play the 3-4-3 we play. So all these things come together. Then the player himself, you need to learn to know the difference. Oh, this is how I'm playing for my club. This is national team. He's not the only one who plays different style under different managers. And we'll see, as much as we can criticize Osimhen, he still does something at all. So I think he himself needs to find a way to work with whatever he has in the national team. Or else, we just call him a great club player. And for Nigeria, even Nigeria, I don't even think he's a starter. If Osimhen is fully fit and comes early, I don't think Victor Boniface will start. I don't think we are a team that wants to start 2 strikers. Even though I feel we have 4-4-2 players in the national team. Based on how they display, I think our best is 4-4-2. But we are used to the 3-4-3 now. It's our new norm and we are enjoying it. Like with 3-4-3, Ademola Lookman has the play. Nobody's dragging with him. The one that we are still knowing who is what is on the other side where we have today Moses Simon, Chukwueze, and now the best dribbler in La Liga may be finding his way into the team now. Talking about Chidera Ejuke. Those ones are battling. The incoming African best player has his place. Current African best player has his place. So for Victor Boniface, he's not even the starter, except he wants to play on the wings. And if he's doing that, he's coming in as a sub. And for the game itself, I think this is a time for us to know if everything that has been happening to Bayern is the new manager bounce, the early season syndrome, or according to some fluke. If it was at the Bay Arena, you may think Bayer Leverkusen at home they may be. So the same home they lost despite leading 2-0 against RB Leipzig. This is their biggest test in terms of Bayer Leverkusen. On the other side, this is the biggest test for Bayern Munich as well. If Bayern Munich win this game, they are sending a huge message across that we are here not to joke. In fact, we want to win all our 32 games.
And Harry Kane will break his course.
But I'll say it again. If Bayern go trophyless, there's nothing you tell me Harry Kane is cost. But this game would be key. I think the midfield battle will be interesting. But not just the midfield, the defenders have to be at the top of that game because Bayern Munich are coming all out against everybody. Harry Kane is found a way to infuse Michael Olise into the team. Leroy Sané, Kingsley Coman, Serge Gnabry, all these guys want to score. They are not. It's not that okay. Let me step out. Let Kingsley score today. No, everybody wants to score minus CJ.
Okay.
So it's going to be tough and difficult for Bayern Leverkusen. But let's see how it goes. But I think if Bayern fails to win this game, it could be a message to everyone that maybe they just have a good start and not a good end.
Okay, good. You just mentioned CJ. One thing that CJ would have loved to discuss on the show, but it's just behind the camera, is the Chidera Ejuke situation in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Just in 30 seconds, do you think, if you were the manager of the Super Eagles, or if you had your way, would you just bring Chidera Ejuke into the team? Because I know that when it comes to the Super Eagles, we have these senior men, tagged out. Oh, these are the guys that ought to play, and that's why you keep on seeing the Chukwuezes, the Moses Simons keep playing no matter when they come to camp. If you're the manager, will you do Chidera Ejuke, Ademola Lookman, and maybe Victor Osimhen?
If I was a manager, the first thing I'll ask myself is, Iheanacho and Chidera Ejuke play in the same club. Who is known? Iheanacho starts one. The coach, I think the coach trusts him. He has started him in some games. He's still, but at the end, last, one of the things I keep asking myself, I don't even think Iheanacho knows where's his best position. Is he a 9? Is he an 8? Is he a winger? So, if Iheanacho will not improve in the La Liga, I don't think he's going to improve anyway. Because based on his style, Iheanacho holds the ball well. That's what they do in La Liga. So if that star cannot shine well in La Liga, I don't think he's going to be very bright anywhere. So I think I can give Chidera Ejuke a chance. I don't think he'll be worse than what we see Chukwueze do. Yeah. Chukwueze is skillful and everything, but no final ball, no productivity. So why not give him a chance and let's see if that may be the solution to our right one.
Okay, so that's one of our hot topic. Let's look at another hot gist, which is the Rodri situation. I'll just ask Bolu Omoni. Bolu, Rodri out. Some persons are saying for the season, for Man City.
Some are saying 2 or 3 years.
That will be mostly Arsenal fans. Does this give us now the edge? Now, reason being this. City have won the league with Fabian Dells at left back. City have won the league with Aguero out for I think 3 to 6 months.
They won the league without striker.
They've won the league without a striker. They've won the league even with Haaland out injured. Kevin De Bruyne out injured. Would this be another same of the same? Yes, Rodri is injured, but we've got the boys to do the job.
Even before they brought in Rodri, and Ilkay Gundogan played as a DM at some point. So when Fernandinho had injury problems for his age, they still won. We've seen Fernandinho play as right back. They still won the Premier League. Fernandinho that was disgraced in Champions League. He went to the Premier League and they still won. So, and like you said earlier, they played the season without him early. Kovacic was doing the job. Gundogan can do the job, like you rightly mentioned there. Nunez can do the job. So I don't think he's not downplaying what Rodri does. He's a key figure, ever consistent when he plays, and also more than some persons are even pushing his agenda for Ballon d'Or. But I think they can survive without him. I think
they win the league.
They will win the league with or without. In fact, if Haaland gets injured, I think now Haaland is probably now the most important one, because now their wingers don't score anymore. Their midfielders don't score anymore. So almost all the goal bodies now is on Haaland. I think that's the only man they would miss. But I still think even if Haaland gets injured, they'll find a way that Foden can play at top now and you start seeing them scoring goal. They built a system of plug and play. Oh, A is out to bring in B, and you won't know someone else is missing. You may feel the finesse that this guy is not there. When De Bruyne is not playing, you feel that all those defense splitting passes are not there, but they still win. This is the most important thing.
That's Manchester City for you. That's Pep Guardiola for you. One genius that always finds a way to get the job done. It's time for us to do a bit of FPL. Bolu mentioned it earlier on the show that he's still not going to captain Haaland. Bolu, if you are not captain Haaland, are you going to captain Cole Palmer? They play at home to Brighton. Are you going to captain Bukayo Saka? They play at home to Leicester. Are you going to captain Salah?
I'm thinking Salah again. I know the year word. Salah has showed me Pepe.
Away at Wolves, they should, and Wolves defender.
Chelsea scored 6 there.
Wolves defender Mosquera is injured.
So that's why I'm thinking that for City, I believe they will do enough to win, but I don't think it's going to be all those wild margins and cool. But I've trusted Salah too much this season, and maybe this weekend will be the time to pay off. I'm part of the team, Haaland captain till death do us part. But there are some games I feel, even though I think he will score, it won't score much, where I believe Salah should do enough. For example, even if Salah doesn't score goals this weekend, They may lose 4-3, I don't care, but just provide 3 assists for me.
Assist. Okay.
So I think I'm still leaving my captain with Salah. I have Son Heung-min. Son turns up in games like this, so I feel maybe Son too can. I don't think I'm doing any transfer this weekend. I'm leaving it. I don't jump to do transfers. The only time I had to was last week because Wissa got picked up an injury. Aside that, I think I'm going to keep my transfer again, and let's see what happens from this weekend. The superstars I have Salah, Son. I kept thank God to the to CJ's advice. I kept Oli Watkins. And they paid off after for the last 2 weeks. He's got 3 goals.
Oh, so you can thank CJ,
Yeah.
same person you've been dragging.
No,
CJ, do you want to come on set?
He should not come. He should not come. So he won't inflict me with BHI.
Okay.
So I still have Haaland. That one, except this, even if he has 2 weeks injury, I'm not selling him. I have Haaland as well in the team. I brought in Welbeck. That was last weekend because of the injury. In the midfield, there's still the likes of Son and Co. After maybe 3-4 weeks, I can maybe shuffle again. My defenders, I have Robo. That's how I'm always playing. If Liverpool concede, wait to 60 minutes when they remove Robertson, then they can do whatever they like. But for FPL, I'm still not captaining Haaland. Not because I don't think he'll score, but because I think Salah may get more points.
Salah will get more points. Okay. I also brought in Welbeck for Wissa last time out. I have Joao Pedro. Now, I'm not also going to touch my team like Bolu has said. I think I'll also take his advice. So if anything goes wrong, if you come next week on the show and you see us fighting, you know that it's Bolu's fault. I also
if we fight next week, it will be because the promise you made, you've not fulfilled it. Off camera.
Okay, that's not meant for this show. Okay, but then I also captain Salah. I have Saka, and there's a player that I want to sell. Maybe I won't sell him. If Salah does not score this weekend or does not get 2 goals, 2 assists, I'll sell him for the likes of Diaz, who cheaper,
I've been thinking
and
of
so I
Diaz
can
so
bring
much.
in maybe Oli Watkins or Alexander
Is
Isak.
that Diaz will stop that still caught me to let me see. He will stop, and he still scored 2 last weekend.
I have 2 strikers from Brighton, so I know I must drop one. And if I'm dropping that one, I'm dropping that one with Salah. So if they don't get the job done this weekend, I'm shuffling my team next week. Bodo, let's quickly do our banker so that we can go. We've got 5 for you. CJ is not here. Okay, CJ is here, but he's not set. Let's do Real Madrid at Atletico Madrid.
Double chance Real Madrid.
Double chance Real Madrid. You heard that. Man United Tottenham.
CJ, you like to block your ears. Double chance Spurs.
Double chance Spurs. That's not blocking ears. I think
It's a known thing. Okay.
I think for those who okay.
People straight win Spurs.
Bologna Atalanta.
I think I'll give it to Atalanta. It's going to be tough, but a narrow win.
Yeah,
very, very
Atalanta,
narrow.
straight win. Marseille Strasbourg.
It should be straight win,
Straight
probably
win,
1.5 as well.
But for Bayern and Bayer Leverkusen,
One thing is certain. Go is certain. In fact, I'm tempted to even say in over 3.5.
over 3.5.
Because
That
both
game
teams
versus-
have been scoring. We may see all those 4-3, 5-4 games this match. Even the seasons that last season that they Bayern were not all that. There were still lots of goals. So you can, if you want to take risks, you can go maybe over 3.5. If not, you can do over 2.5. But both of them are going to hit the back of the net.
Okay, and with that, we've come to the end of the show. I'll take Bolu's final word, and then I'll ask Bolu just one question as I go. Bolu, what's your final word?
Well, the final word is always look at the right things.
Okay.
I don't believe CJ stood 100%. It was.
Okay.
It was probably not complete.
Okay, guys.
But,
I don't know if the camera is on Bolu, but maybe I should explain that CJ came into the studio with a head injury.
BHI.
And that's what Bolu is trying to explain. I don't know how CJ sustained the injury. So Bolu is trying to say that when you are on the road, especially on a very busy road, always concentrate on the road and not on distractions. A few days ago,
on the road, not on the road.
yes, CJ was asking questions about someone dropping picture on our WhatsApp group and all of that. Little wonder he's injured.
I hope there's another door at the back to pass over.
No, we'll pass it, Bolu. We'll ask for forgiveness. Okay, before we go, Bolu, I have a small this thing for you, something for you to take up. 1 goal, when a player scores a goal, is a goal. 2 goals,
Brace,
3 goals,
hat-trick.
4 goals.
There used to be a name, but we used to call it double brace. But
No.
I know there's another name. Is it quadruple
double
or
brace.
quad something?
Okay. 4 goals is called a haul.
Hall,
Yes. 5 goals.
5 is 5 goals.
Okay, 5 goals is called a glut. 6 goals.
Hep what? Hepta something.
No.
Hexa. No, it's Hepta now. Hexa what?
6 goals is called a double hat trick.
So, but we can't do double brace. Let us.
7 goals?
Hepta goal.
No. Horse trick. Okay, guys, we have to go. We'll do this again next week. Special mention and special thanks to Olarika. There's TZ on the camera. There's Jessica. Also, on the camera, but camera different from camera. There's CJ gesticulating just because he carried head bandage for not concentrating. Concentration is needed. My name is Kingsley Akwan, the amazing Kingsley. I'll see you all next week. May your tickets be green. Enjoy sports this weekend. Bye bye.